6.2 is called the law of cosines. So I would use the law of sines and the law of cosines depending on what I'm given and what I'm trying to find. If you look at the three different formulas, depending on what side you're looking for or what angle you're looking for, there's different setups. Hopefully you can see the Pythagorean theorem in there a little bit, because the cosine of 90 degrees is 0. So that last term can, cancel out in that case. But if you've got any angle and you want to know the sides or another angle in the triangle, you can use the law of cosines. And so here's the rules that they have you use. So they say first use the law of cosines to find the side opposite the given angle, and then go back to using the law of sines to find the angle opposite the shorter side. So the reason why they have you find the shorter side first is just for consistency, but also if I can use the law of sines, I want to. You're entitled to your opinion, but most of the time, the law of sines is a little bit of a simpler process. So if you can use the law of sines, please do. And then last but not least, you find the third angle. And once you know two angles, you know the third one, you subtract from 180 to find the third angle. So I've got the law of sines written there as well. So when I look at number 1 and I say solve the triangle, that means find all the missing angles, all the missing sides. And so the first thing that I would actually try is to use the law of sines. If you can use the law of sines, do it. However, I can't in this case because there's no matching side and angle that I know both of them. So I'm going to need to use the law of cosines. So step 1 is to use the law of cosines to find the side opposite the given angle. So I am going to start by finding side A. And I have these formulas written off to the side, so I'm not going to keep scrolling back up. So I'm going to set up that A squared is equal to B squared, which is 20 squared, plus C squared, which is 30 squared, minus 2 times B, which is 20, times C, which is 30, times the cosine of A, which is 60 degrees. So I'm going to do a lot of calculating over here. I'm going to take 20 squared and get 400. I'm going to take 30 squared and get 900. So we'll go ahead and add this together and get 1300 minus 2 times 20 times 30 times cosine of 60. And it's probably a good idea to check your mode and make sure that you're in degree mode. So that last term is 600. So 1300 minus 600 is 700. So A squared equals 700. Take the square root. A is equal to the square root of 700. And somewhere in the instructions, they say round lengths of sides to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to say that A is equal to 26 point, that's going to round up to 0.5. So side A is 26.5. So I'm going to write that down. Okay, so next, I know all three sides, so now I need to find angles. And they say in step 2, use the law of sines to find the angle opposite the shorter of the given two sides to ensure that that it's an acute angle. So for that reason, I'm going to next find angle B because B is shorter. And I don't need to use the law of cosines because I have side A and angle A, so I can set up the law of sines. So A, which is 26.5, over sine of A, so sine of 60, is equal to side B, which is 20, over the sine of angle B, which I don't know. So this is what we were doing last week. So cross multiply. So 26.5 sine of B is equal to 20 sine of 60. Okay, so I'm going to divide by 26.5. So let's see here. 20 times the sine of 60 divided by 26.5. So if sine of B is equal to that. So 0.65. I'm not going to round because I don't want to round until the very end. But how I get rid of that sign, remember, is that I take the sign inverse. If I want to know just what angle B is. So sine inverse, I'm going to do second sine, so sine inverse, and then above my negative, I've got the answer, so I'm going to do answer, second negative. And when I hit enter, they tell me in the instructions, I believe I'm rounding angles to the nearest degree, so 40.8 would round up to 41 degrees. So I know angle B is 41 degrees. And then I'm left to find, so I guess 41 degrees. And the only thing I have left to do is find angle C, which I don't want to have to do more work than I need to. So I'm going to take 180 minus 60 minus 41, and it's going to tell me that angle C is equal to 79 degrees. So I've solved the triangle because I know all three sides and all three angles. So the law of cosines was the new work, and then after that, you can go back to things you already know how to do in order to solve. So for this practice problem, I'm just going to tell you the answers. Well, I guess you can pause the video and try it, and then I'll tell you the answers. But side A ends up rounding to be, I think it was exactly 13. Angle B rounded up to be 28 degrees, and angle C rounded to be 32 degrees. So if you want to see a video of that, just let me know and I can make one, but it's going to be the same process as what we just did.